Welcome back to week 9 of your 12 videos that you'll be getting throughout this 12-week guide for Built for More. And today's video, I'm going to go over some daily habits that are pretty crucial to your day to day, and they'll actually really help with your gym progress and your performance progress and stuff like that. And they're not necessarily related to the gym. You'll find that I don't think the word gym enters this presentation at all. So let's get into it. That wee bottom part says daily habits that are actually worth doing that will help your progress, like I just said. Okay, so the first one we have getting outside. I've put this one first because genuinely, when I say, God, this is the first time I've said it's changed my life, but there's a lot of things that have clearly changed my life, and I'm really trying not to be dramatic, but here we are. So, going outside first thing in the morning will wake you up naturally, regulate your circadian rhythm, and results in a better night's sleep. Better sleep equals better recovery equals better performance. So, I heard of this through a podcast that I was listening to. It's called the Higher Up Wellness podcast, I think. And he basically said that he started to go outside first thing in the morning and get some natural daylight, and this helps wake up your circadian rhythm, also known as your sleep-wake cycle. And what this does is just kind of regulates that. It wakens you up more naturally. It reduces tiredness and fatigue, which actually results in a better night's sleep that night because you're more awake first thing in the morning whenever you should be awake, and then tired whenever you should be tired at night. So that's why I started doing that, and I swear it works so well. And I literally, all I do is I wake up, put on a jumper, put on some joggers, put my Crocs on, and just walk outside for maybe, I wouldn't even say 5 minutes. I literally just kind of walk down my lane and come back up again. I do live in the countryside, so I can get away with doing that, looking the way I do. But honestly, see, if you just stand outside in the garden, just take a couple of deep breaths, get some sunlight. If there is sunlight, just stand outside in the fresh air. Makes such a difference. Okay, self-talk, positive self-talk. You would be surprised how negatively you talk about yourself on the daily. Try and hype yourself up more often. Highlight positive things about yourself. It is amazing what this does for the confidence. Now, this took me a really long time to actually get into the swing of, because I was like, positive self-talk, I don't know, it kind of seems a wee bit cheesy, cringy and stuff like that. But whenever I kind of made myself aware of how negatively I talk to myself on the daily, I was like, oh, I should probably do something about that. So like if I'm going in for a session and I'm, doing something really hard, or like if I'm out for a run, or if I'm going for a run, especially if I'm going for a run, my routine is that I look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, Lauren, you can do this, you can do hard things, you're absolutely fine, and just like give myself a bit of a pep talk before I go in. Same way with the gym, whenever I'm going to lift something healthy, I'm like, you can do it. Like, you can actually do it. Your brain is hardwired to look for evidence to um to validate what you're thinking in your head. So if you're thinking negative things, if you're thinking that you can't do it, if you're thinking that it's going to be really hard, then guess what? Your brain's going to like physically look for evidence around you that's going to make it hard, that's going to make you doubt yourself. And that can really impact your day-to-day life and your confidence and stuff like that. So start talking to yourself more positively, so your brain can actually get triggered into being like, right, okay, we're going to look at positive things, we're going to look for positive things to back up this evidence that I'm thinking to my brain that's so positive. Number 3 is reading before bed. So you've all heard this one before. You read before you sleep and you'll have a better night's sleep, which equals better performance. Put the phone away. Put the phone away an hour before you go to bed. Stop scrolling. I use a time blocker app called Opal. I'll just show you what it looks like. It just see that little black app there. That's what I use right before I go to bed, and my phone blocks all the apps that I find distracting. So Instagram, Pinterest, I don't have TikTok on my phone, but like all the distracting apps get locked, so I physically can't go on them. And I just get up my Kindle and I read, and I have such a better night's sleep, and then I wake up and I feel energized and revived. Number 4 is reduce caffeine after 12 p.m. Now, this might be the hardest habit to get into because it is quite hard, especially if you're a caffeine addict like myself. I have reduced my caffeine intake to just 1 a day. And honestly, I started doing that because whenever I read, I think if the numbers are right, I do apologise. It's either 10 to 12 hours, but it's something around that. The caffeine can stay in your system up to 10 hours. So if you're a 3 p.m. pick me up as a coffee, then you'll struggle to sleep that night. This is why. Try reducing your caffeine intake after 12 p.m. and see how better your sleep gets. So I would have my coffee not first thing in the morning after I've eaten with my breakfast. And this just like basically make sure that it's out of my system by a decent time. If you are that 3 p.m. person that needs a bit of a coffee pickup, what I do suggest you take instead is either kind of like a natural tea, like green tea, which has natural caffeine in it, or electrolytes, which will give you a wee bit of boost of energy and will just like hydrate you more, give you more energy and stuff like that, which is a much better alternative to coffee. And number 5, drink water first thing in the morning. Again, this is another good habit to do first thing in the morning as a natural way to wake yourself up. It also kickstart the digestive system to get things moving, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't need to go into this one too much detail because we know what I mean by getting the system moving. And it also is a good way to wake yourself up more naturally rather than waking yourself up with caffeine. Water is a nice way to just kind of replenish yourself because you've gone a long time fasting, so you're going to need something just to kind of get the body awake and stuff like that. And having water first thing in the morning is just the nicest way to do that. And yeah, number 6, daily movement. This could be anything from walking, going to the gym, whatever it is. But daily movement outside of the gym is so important, whether you're trying to lose fat or just feel better and fresher. Adding movement after a meal or when you get up in the morning is such a staple habit. Yeah, I walk. If anyone asks me what is the most important exercise or what is an exercise that you would do for the rest of your life, it would be walking, because it's so underrated. And daily movement, like I said, outside the gym is so important. So a lot of people tend to do is that they'll do their gym training and then that's their movement done for the day. Whereas if you do your gym first thing in the morning and then you maybe walk at 3-4 o'clock or after work, you're on to a winner. Like, that's going to make your day so much better. You're gonna feel a lot fresher. You're gonna have a better night's sleep. Again, the theme of this whole thing seems to be about sleep and morning routines and night routines, but generally your sleep is the biggest part. So yeah, I think that's the last one. Pretty sure. Yes, it is. Okay, so yeah, like I said, habits are really important for just day-to-day life, for making progress and stuff like that. Making sure that you're incorporating them as much as you can, as daily as you can, making them as small as you can and as doable as you can. Don't just like implement every single one of these and expect to like roll with it like it's second nature, like it's going to take it some time. But like I said, daily movements, and like I said at the start there, daily habits really, really matter and are actually worth doing because they make such a difference to your sleep. They make such a difference to your performance, which will lead to better progress and results. But yeah, I really hope this helps and I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, I will chat to you very, very soon. Bye.